Hi everybody, it's Randy with Direct Action Combat Performance, here today with Canadian Caliber. I'm going to talk about two different techniques with a pistol specific drill. One is a type 2 stoppage, also referred to as an emergency reload, how to deal with that with the pistol. And then I'm also going to talk about a speed reload where the gun is fully functioning. We have a round in the chamber, but we want to top the magazine up with a fresh magazine. Canadian Caliber, Direct Action, bringing this to you. All right, so we're gonna get the gun up and running here. So this range has been checked. Everything that is in order is safe. Where the cameraman is in relation to where we're shooting, everything has been safe. The ammunition has been checked and we are good to go. So all the range protocols and safety protocols have been put in place. So we're gonna load, ready, and press check. We're gonna load the magazine. As we get the magazine well close to our center line, with the full magazine, we're gonna ensure that it's fully seated. I'm going to cant the gun slightly. I'm going to pinch the slide either at the fore end of the slide or in the rear end, wherever there's some grip and serrations. Now the gun is in fact ready. There's a round in the chamber. To confirm that we have a round in the chamber, we do what's referred to as a press check. So now this gun is hot and it's ready to go. The first drill that we're going to talk about is a speed reload. A speed reload would be the time and the opportunity presents itself where we're moving from a series of shot placement into another area where we're going to fire out a few more rounds, but we just want to top up the magazine to ensure that the gun has a magazine with a fuller complement of ammunition. All right, so I'm going to fire 2 rounds, conduct a speed reload, and then fire an additional 2 rounds. All right, so the buzzer is going to get us started. Looking at the target, have the body squared, the buzzer sounds. I'm going to bring my support hand to my midline, get a good purchase on the gun. As we present it, I'm going to fire 2 rounds. Trigger finger is then going to rest on the frame. I'm going to bring the elbow in slightly as we access a fresh magazine. Bringing the fresh magazine as close to the magazine well as possible. Depress that magazine on the gun, reinsert that next magazine, and then fire 2 additional rounds. Follow through, trigger finger rests onto the frame, and we can holster up. This is a drill that you could repeat over and over to get proficient with moving the gun in a zone of control so you can be efficient with the magazine reloads. All right, so now what we're going to demonstrate is a variation of a type 2 stoppage. So emergency mag change, if you will, or an empty magazine. So the way we set this drill up, I have an empty magazine, going to conduct a tactical reload. So now there's an empty magazine on the gun, and the magazine that had ammunition in it, I stow that into the magazine carrier, ensure that we have a round in the chamber with a press check. So the gun is set up for a type 2 stoppage. So emergency reload. This is where we're going to access our emergency magazine, so the one that's on the carrier closest to the hand. When the buzzer sounds, I'm going to present the gun, shoot one. We should get slide lock to the rear. When the slide lock is locked to the rear, that's an indicator for us that there's an empty magazine. We need to do something about it. Dump the magazine that's on the gun right away, discard that, let it fall freely to the ground. Accessing a fresh magazine, we're going to cant the gun slightly, insert that magazine into the magazine well, unlock the slide, present the gun, and follow through. It'll look something like this. And then what we can do to speed up the repetitions when we're on the range and we want to get a good range practice in, pick up that empty magazine, conduct a tactical reload, so now you're set up for that next repetition. And then a good practice is to stow the magazine. So the one that you just used, stow that farthest away from you, and then top up your emergency magazine with a magazine that has more ammunition in it. So we're constantly stacking the magazine, so the one that's in the emergency pouch has the most amount of ammunition. Relax shoulders. Belt buckle analogy is if we had a laser shooting from the belt buckle, we're focused towards that target that needs our attention. When the buzzer sounds, respond to the gun. Tac reload. stow it, restack, ready for the next rep. One more time. All right, now we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So with a semi-automatic shotgun here, so we've got a Benelli M4, courtesy of Tactical Ordnance. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about a changeover drill. Changeover drill, I'm gonna give you a variation from a right-handed shooter and a variation from a left-handed shooter, and essentially a changeover drill. In a second, I'm gonna load up the magazine tube with birdshot, and then the changeover will be transferring a different variation of ammunition, i.e. a slug round, into the chamber as expedient and efficiently as possible. All right, so changeover drill, I'll give you a variation right-handed and left-handed. All right, so the firearm is on safe. I'm gonna load the magazine tube with birdshot. All right, so right now, we're gonna open up the action. I'm gonna chamber load, so there's a birdshot inside the chamber. It falls on top of the lifter tray. I'm gonna reach underneath. Now there's a chambered birdshot into the chamber itself. Then we'll load up the magazine tube with some birdshot. And the way I'll do this is I'll fire a couple of rounds birdshot, and then I'll show you the changeover being right hand dominant. And I'll show you a variation left hand dominant. All right, so we're in a position to shoot. We're using birdshot, which has a very different effect than a slug round. So as we present the gun, being right hand dominant, trigger finger is going to be on the safety selector. So as we present the firearm, I'm going to fire 2 rounds. And then from there, trigger finger, I'm going to safe the gun. And then I'm going to reach over top of the platform, grab it onto the charging handle with my thumb. And we're going to capture the trigger guard with all 4 fingers. So there's no risk of my finger entering the trigger guard at this point. That opens up the chamber. Then we have the match saver. I'm going to grab onto that, primer to the rear, release the charging handle, present the firearm, ready the gun, and then fire that round. Now left-handed. Being a left-handed dominant shooter, the drill is slightly different, where we're gonna cant the gun slightly. This enables our master hand to relieve the pistol grip, and we're gonna capture the charging handle from the inside of the platform. All right, so it's a little bit different with the lefty, but this is our way to attack this problem set for the changeover drill. So the firearm's in the shoulder. We're gonna manipulate the safety selector with our thumb. You notice the muzzle is still pointed down range. It's safe in this direction. And now the firearm is safe, or sorry, ready to fire, excuse me. The buttstock is controlled with our bicep and our ribs. Then we can chamber that next round, get a good grip on the gun, release the charging handle, shoulder the gun, and then fire. And we'll safe the gun. So left-handed dominant shooter, thumb will be on the safety selector. So we make the gun hot. Get into it, lean into it, fire 2 rounds bird. From there, we're gonna safe the gun. Reach underneath, capture the charging handle, pull it to the rear. So we have a palm up posture. The buttstock is captured between the bicep and the ribs. This opens up the chamber. We feed that slug round into the chamber, allow the charging handle to go, present the gun into the shoulder, ensure the gun is ready to go, find your sights, let it rip, safe the gun, and then we can reload. All right, guys, so if you like what you saw there, you find it informative, like and subscribe. Check out the information in the description box and link below. So like and subscribe, Canadian Caliber. Jump over to the Direct Action YouTube channel there. There's a lot more information for you, and keep the questions coming. If there's something specific you want to see, something specific you're asking my opinion about, please let me know and I will address it as they come in. Thanks, guys. Keep watching. Thumbs up. Keep safe. Stay strong. Always stay in the fight.